All right, guys, let's just get right into this. Refreshing the screen here. Guys, XRP and these other coins, they're on the verge. Let's just say that. They're on the verge of potentially collapsing. And some of you guys don't know this, but we're going to be doing an inner circle tomorrow at tradeconfident.io. There's a link to the membership in the description. I'm going to share with you guys why I think some big downside potential could be coming. With that said, I feel so good about it when we look at the indicators that we've got to be able to call the lows. XRP, guys, I think with some data I'm going to present to you guys today, actually in a future forecast that I just did. Let me actually show this to you guys real quick. I normally don't do one on a Wednesday, but I needed to do this. I just made a 6-figure move in my portfolio. I would watch that as soon as possible, by the way. If you guys are members or if you're not and you just want to see what I'm doing, please watch that as soon as you can. XRP, if we can get XRP, guys, down into the caution or fear section, this is where I actually do think we could hit for XRP, as well as I am anticipating that XLM, which is down 6%, could end up breaking down a little bit further. There is a chart on XLM that I don't think any retail trader is looking at that I showed you guys this morning. And it is responsible, guys, for the last 2 cycles of a 75% drop from where we're at, probably close to about a 60% drop. It's not what I talked about yesterday. This is a completely different chart. And I just showed that to you guys in our future forecast for our members. If I know retail really isn't here, social interest is really low. But when you guys start understanding what's happening with Japan right now, and I'll give you guys some hints here. You really need to watch what's about to happen on January 10th with the US rates. And you really need to watch what's about to happen on January 18th with Japan and their rates. There is something called a reverse carry trade that is getting scary close to playing out. Okay? Let me just show this because I've got this over here for a second. And then I'll get into the indicators here in one moment. I'm just going to make this assumption here that you guys probably haven't seen this. XLM, guys, doesn't like this line. In both previous cycles, when XLM came down from its high and created a low, and that was our pivot, we crashed both times down a lot, about 78% here, 75 to 78%. What I am anticipating and I think could happen is that retail is still holding on to, I'm just using XLM as an example, but XRP, the SHIB, Solana, Cardano, Algorand, whatever you put whatever you want to name. I think retail is still holding on until we hit this line right here. We come down to the lows, which is about down here at 24 cents. I think retail traders are waiting here. I think what retail is then going to do is they're going to let the price drop. They're going to look for a break and retest like this. They're going to hope that the market goes back up. We may even get a reversal here. And then I hope I'm not right, but I do think it is possible that we could see XLM back down to 14 and 11-ish cents. Okay? When I give you guys that update on the future forecast, I've got buy limits set up very low, very low. And I give them all away to you guys. Every play that I make, I give them away to you. So I want to just let you guys know that I'm trying to not say it out loud here to honor our members who are paying. Watch the future forecast, guys. I made a 6-figure move, and I really think you need to know what I'm seeing because I think I'm going to be right about this, and without trying to be arrogant. Okay, let's move into this. The indicators. The best way to time where the bottom of this is going to be with 2 indicators, guys. And let me just say this. I've told you guys that if we break this level, my next level is $80,000, and I do think we could possibly be heading down there. Everyone's trying to look for the bounce back up, but this metric, as I've shown you guys, every time in this uptrend, we have hit purple and we have bounced. We've hit purple and we've bounced, which was the mild caution. For the first time in the whole uptrend of 24 and 25, we are now in caution. We've never been here before in this whole uptrend. I do think we could hit concerned and fear for this move. And if the top is in on October 6th, then we technically are probably in a bear market at the moment. The further this goes down, the less I anticipate the market to make a new all-time high before the end of the year. I am very bullish on crypto after the second quarter of next year because Jerome Powell will be gone. We will have a different macroeconomic environment. We also will have rates lower, and then global liquidity, the federal balance sheet, and PMI will be above 50. Like, that makes sense. But I've been selling like a madman lately with all of our members because I see some things coming, and I need to explain to you guys in the future forecast of why I've taken this big move today. It's a big move. I would watch this, okay? But ending this, what you guys need to be doing is watch for these low entries on all of your altcoins. Let me just pick a random altcoin here. Let's pick, we need something with actual long-term data. Algorand let's just pick Algorand. Algorand, what I would be watching for, guys, is watch for 2 levels below where we're currently at to get the absolute rock bottom prices. So I would come in here and I would set up an alert, come over here to the alert section on Algorand, go to market cycle highs and lows, and go to caution. Excuse my apologies, guys. Concern. You want to go one underneath, concern, and set this up once per bar close and create that. The next time Algorand has a green dot, this is where you guys want to look to take a dollar cost average entry. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can prove this to you time and time again. I've done this with you guys many times on here by looking at SHIB. And by the way, guys, I'm just giving this as a free signal right here. I've told you guys the last times that SHIB ended up going down into the concern area, which I've got every one of these mocked up. It's an average of a 35% pump every time you go into concerned. And hello, good morning. There is SHIB. And what are we waiting for? The potential green dot at the bottom. You get a green dot and you are in concerned. Listen, on any cryptocurrency, on any altcoin, if you are in concerned and you are getting a green dot, that is one of the best dollar cost average entries I promise you will ever get in the history of trading cryptocurrency. If you get lucky enough to get into fear and max fear, you've hit the jackpot of the lowest entry possible. Because the fear and max fear, let me show you, it has called the rock bottom prices of Bitcoin in both of the bear markets before you get back in, right here, as well as down here. We have coded this so you will not have a better way of viewing price. What you're going to do, guys, is this. Let me walk a quick tutorial here. You are actually going to take off your candlesticks. So did you guys see how I did that? You're going to go to the setting icon up here. You're going to take off body, borders, and wicks. You're going to load this indicator, and it's going to lay over price action. You guys, the days of looking at just regular price action, get it off your charts. This has all the data that you guys need to see if the market is oversold or overbought. And these are also turning into signals for us. Case in point, every time you're in concerned, you are seeing SHIB pump 35%. Concerned. Okay. And when you take this and you actually combine this with what's called the Pro Trade Manager, and I promise you guys, I'm not trying to be arrogant here, you will not find an indicator that does better at calling tops and bottoms in the market. Every single big top that you guys want, let me go like this so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Every single top that you guys see in the market, we're going to get really nuanced here as well as here in the market, all the way at the top here, at the very top here, as well as the top here. These are the moves that you guys want to be taking exits on. Are they not? They're all the highest peak. If it's a mountain range, like the Denali is what we called it, the peak of the peak, they're all being called, as well as the lows. And if you are just patient enough for a concerned reading as well as a green dot, which let me show you how to set up a green dot here. So let AI do the lifting, guys. There's no reason to stay on the charts too long. Go to Pro Trade Manager and then go to long entry once per bar. Okay, you are now going to have this alert working for you. So every time you get a green dot, you're going to be alerted of the best dollar cost average entry. This uses 9 oscillators. This uses the deviation method. You combine these together, there's literally nothing better. So everybody on this drop, because I do think this could get worse here if reverse carry trade unwinds. I do think you need to be looking for concerned and fear. And if you see those levels, I would be buying. Guys, I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars betting on a short position in the form of buy limits right now. And I'm getting ready for this. But when the market hits down here into fear and max fear, that is where I'm going to be piling up for the race back to the upside. And if you have this, you will be able to time it, just as it proved the timing on the Bitcoin low before the blast off on both cycles. Okay, here's what you guys want to do to access, excuse me, I'm getting too excited here to access these. The link in the description. Congrats, guys, you're watching this during the Black Friday sale, so that's pretty cool. What you guys want to do is if you want to join me on the membership and watch what I'm doing with my $1 million account and using these indicators, grab a membership. Once you do that, it's $65 a month, but we're going to discount it to $49, okay? That $49 that you pay today will give you guys $600 off the 3 AI indicators, all right? You pay $49 and you immediately get $600 off. Pretty stinking good deal, right? Okay, it's a better ROI than you'll make on any crypto trade today. Okay, if you guys are not a member, we are still giving you $100 off for Black Friday. So definitely come in here and snag the $100 off. If you happen to be an OG member and you have our Pro Pack and Top and Bottom Finder, email us at btradeconfident@gmail.com and we're going to give you guys 60% off all these. I am sounding the alarm, guys, right now. Get these alerts set up. Get the market cycle highs and lows set up on your chart. You get the source code in Concerned and Fear right now. Do it right now. Concerned and Fear. And get this set up and get the green dot set up on your chart, guys. You need to be setting this up right now. Millionaires are not made by timing the top. They are made by timing the bottom. You can miss the top 30 percentile of every bull market and still make substantial money if you just time the bottom. 35% on average every single time SHIB has hit this. But I know you guys are interested in more than just SHIB. So set it up on every single token. Once you have it on a chart, you can flip through every one of your coins here and you guys can see what's happening. Because what's going on right now, guys, is unprecedented. Retail is gone. OG wells are selling at a max degree right now. And if this reverse carry trade unwinds, this thing is going to tank the whole thing. The only people ready for that to pick up the best prices are people who are using these indicators. And I'm serious, there's other ones out there. But when you combine deviations from a point of control that's this accurate, as well as 9 of the most popular oscillators together, as well as being able to call tops and bottoms while divergence is happening, which has not been coded in indicators before, and I'll stop after this. Guys, normally the top would be called right here. Well, what about all this profit up here? You still got a signal. And your indicators, your RSI, your MACD, your stochastic, they're all going to fail. They cannot give you a signal to sell when they're in divergence because the threshold, the indicator oscillator is not above the threshold to give a signal. We coded with AI so we continuously get signals on the way up. That is how we're able to time the tip tops of these moves and the absolute bottoms. It's because AI did the heavy lifting to figure out the math equation on this. You will be blown away when you put these on your charts. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Watch the future forecast. I've made some big moves. I'll explain what I think is coming. And these are insane entries you guys can get if you just set these indicators up and watch them. And enjoy the $600 off we're giving you too. Because the amount of money you guys can make with the small investment there, I think is going to be substantial, just getting them on your charts and having that edge. All right, guys, I love you guys. God bless. And everything you guys need is linked in the description, and email us. And if you need help setting indicators up, if you have questions about anything, we are here for you. And tomorrow we're going live on a Zoom call to talk about all this as well in the membership, if you guys get a membership. All right, guys, enjoy the indicators on Black Friday sale, and I'll keep you guys updated in the future forecast. Bye, guys.